beautiful people, and welcome Sylvia Milosevic, who is a property wealth guru in South Africa, and she has taken the time to talk to me today. Some of you have just met me for the first time, so you don't know who I am. I'll introduce myself in a second. Sylvia, welcome. So great that we can be here with you and talk to you today.
Thank you so much for having me here, Mahima. It's really a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Now, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mahima, and I'm the founder of the Mahima Mindset, which is a company that helps people get into the right mindset for success. Now, in today's modern society, we really need to be thinking about how we can become human 2.0 so that we can start operating on a much higher level in our relationships, in our business development, and in the way that we're basically showing up with our family, friends, and everyone around us. We have right now a rising in breakdown, burnout, depression, suicide. Humans are getting disconnected from themselves in a way almost like never before. So it is important for us to be doing things that help us to improve our health, wealth, and well-being on a daily basis. Sylvia and other successful women that I have met all over the globe have secrets to their success. And I want them to share them with you so that if you are a woman out there looking to up-level your game, this interview is going to give you an opportunity to see what ladies like Sylvia have done for their mindset to improve their life and their well-being. I had the beautiful fortune to meet Sylvia in a training with my teacher, which some of you may know, the amazing Lisa Nichols. And I was blown away by this woman from the moment I met her. I just was like, wow, who is this? I want to know her. I want to spend more time with her. And so I'm excited that she's taken this opportunity to talk to you guys today. So Sylvia, please let us know, just a little bit about yourself so people can get to know you a little bit more.
So thank you again, Mahima. So I'm all the way here in South Africa, and I am a founder and a CEO of a property wealth creation company called Riches and Beyond, where we educate, your normal person who wants to start investing in property, but they don't have the tools, the skills. People are saying, you know what, my salary is not enough to cover the whole month. Or someone who says, I want to leave a legacy for my children. Or someone saying, I've just lost my job and I'm looking for an income. So we educate different various types of people from all walks of life on how they can empower themselves, how they can build their financial wealth through property investing. So that's what we do here in South Africa. We've been operating in this space for the last 3 years. We've had over 40,000 students coming through our trainings. We operate across the entire South Africa. And I'm also a trainer, I'm a speaker, I'm a TV presenter, I'm also a coach and a mentor as well. And I'm a mom to two beautiful twin babies.
Amazing. And I love that
Thank
you just,
you.
listed all the things that you're doing because that shows the level of awareness that you have about, what it takes to succeed is to, so many people would feel limited, by opportunities in life and what they're able to accomplish. And feel like, being able to just say all those things that you said, the confidence with which you, speak about yourself. I admire that so much, and I want more women to be able to feel that they have the right to declare, share, and empower their successes, and let the world know what they're about. So that was so beautifully put, and I just admire all of the different things you've accomplished. And I know that what it takes, myself, having built up a multi-million-dollar company, touched the lives of thousands of people all over the world, I know that it takes a lot of discipline and success. But today, I just want to focus on the 3 most empowering tools that you could give people to get their mindset on track, right? So what would be the 3 tips, so we just can keep this like short and crunchy for anyone who's watching this, the 3 mindset tips, that like essential ways to think or, attitude to have in order to be able to go beyond your limiting beliefs and achieve levels of success that most people can literally only dream of. So Sylvia, what are those three secrets? I'm excited for them to hear about this.
I love that. I love that question. The first one is the most fundamental one, and that is a belief in yourself. Because no
Mm,
one else will believe in yourself, I mean in you, more than you. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your dreams, and you also have to have the grace of understanding that not everybody will see your vision because it's not theirs to see. So it starts first with you. Every single thing starts first with you, and every single thing that you need as an entrepreneur, as whatever it is that you're looking to achieve in your life or in your business, in your relationship, it all starts with you, and it's every single thing, and all the tool skills that are already within yourself. The second thing I would say is that
okay,
you,
hold on.
yes,
I know you. I want to unpack the belief in
right,
yourself, right?
right,
I want to unpack that because, you know, most people, when it comes to the mind, the ego is very fast in hijacking us, saying that, somehow somebody got lucky. So, they like you've had opportunities I wouldn't be able to have. So what would you say to that person who who thinks that it's somehow kind of luck or just the right places and people, like, I believe in myself but I also just don't have the opportunities that maybe you've had? Like, how would you tackle that idea of I do believe in myself, but the but?
that's powerful. So I'll talk from my personal experience. Is that I'm one of those people who believe that you co-create your reality. That
Mm,
you start by believing in your dreams, in your goals. You start by believing in it before you can even see it, nor touch it. You start believing in it even when people are saying, I don't get you. How is that even possible? When people are like, oh my gosh, there she goes again. Like, she's been saying this for the last year, 2 years. You still believe in it no matter what. And by so believing and never ever giving up on it, by becoming driven by it, and never ever stopping, because it's never going to be easy, but it can be achieved. And ultimately, whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, the brain and the desire and the vision, every single thing goes there first, and before the body gets there. So it's a spiritual thing.
I
So you
love
gotta see it, you gotta believe in it, you gotta visualize it, you gotta meditate on it, and by so doing, the universe will go out there to conspire to bring about the opportunities your way. So ultimately, at the end of the day, like what you said, Mahima, which is powerful, it's all about the mindset. So it's about shifting your mental zip code from looking from lack, from comparing yourself to others, from allowing, because the brain's nature is to be negative. So the brain's nature will be there to show you the proof of it cannot be done. But it's about you removing your mental zip code from the negativity to the positive. And this is before you've even seen it. This is when you are sitting where you are, everything around you says doom and gloom, but you still choose to believe, and you never ever give up on your dreams. And
I
as you
love
believe
that.
and as you push forward and you never give up, things will start happening in your life because the mindset is in the right place, in the right
Amazing,
mode.
amazing, amazing, amazing. So let's go to the point two that you had, Sylvia, about, so we've got those 3 points. The first one is just believe in yourself, create it in your mind first, bring it from the invisible to the, to bring it from the invisible to the visible. We need to
Yes.
first be operating with being able to think about it. Everything we
Right.
see, everything
Mm.
from your lamp to the bed to the dress you're wearing to this jewelry I'm wearing, somebody created it as a thought first, and they downloaded it as as a picture, and they came up with this concept, and then they got the different pieces and put it together, right? So the
Love it.
power of that mind and being able to know that that's where you need to work on opening and giving space for working on you, basically your imagination, right? If you can dream it, you can create it. So I love that. And what's the second mindset must have to become a successful entrepreneur in a world that is pushing us to think we can't rather than we can? right?
Absolutely. The second one for me is your network. Your network equals your net worth. You want to
Mm.
surround yourself with like-minded people. You want to surround yourself with a team of people who will see and understand your vision and your mission in this life. You want to surround yourself with gladiators, people who are trendsetters, people who are out there doing it in the world. You want to surround yourself with the smartest people that you know, whether hiring them in your business or joining their networks. So that way, some of the advantages for that is that in terms of your team, they are there to share your vision, because there's nothing so powerful like having a leader with a vision. It rubs off people. People love to feel like they're part of something greater than themselves. So you want to surround yourself with people who will see and believe in your vision and are prepared to serve around you, to help you lift up that vision and see through. You equally want to surround yourself with people who already are making it, who are already are playing big in the space. People who, when you're with them, you're learning new ideas. People, when you're with them, you're seeing the possibilities of what you can become. So that would be my second one.
Ooh, I just got goosebumps actually when you said that, seeing the possibilities of what you can
Can
become,
be.
right? And that, people always ask me what's my secret of success, and that's for me one of my top three, four, five, or even maybe the top one, to be quite honest with you. It has been the biggest turning points in my life. And most of us are afraid to pursue those relationships, right? Because there is a humbleness that's required to be in the presence of what I call greatness. Yeah? The presence of somebody. And it's not about putting these people on some kind of a pedestal and thinking that they're perfect. No, they're humans. They have their shadows. They have their problems. They have their issues, right? But they have managed to overcome some of those problems, some of those challenges, to be able to rise up and show us what's possible, whether it's in our wealth, our health, our well-being, in the same way that you are, rising up and showing the women in South Africa what is possible, right? So, and I know that when people are watching this, they probably, I, I think they may think, oh, again, this idea that there's some kind of, advantage that you've had. But I want to say, I personally come from quitting, not quitting, I wouldn't call it quitting, I would say having to leave school at the age of 16 because I had to move out of my home where I was being sexually abused from my stepfather, right? So having that, and that's just one of the traumas and elements of my life that I've had to overcome in order to be able to become the successful woman that's standing here today, having traveled all over the world, yeah, creating transformation in other people's lives, right? So we don't know the backstory often when we see, and especially in social media when everything looks very glamorous and sleek and like it looks like, oh my God, these people are so fortunate, right? So I just shared that story about myself to make people who are watching this understand that you can have come, it doesn't matter where you've come from, in this precise moment, in the here and now, you can start planting new seeds that will grow into your tomorrows. And that you do through the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. Choosing to surround yourself with people that have achieved a certain level of success in their business, in their personal life, in their relationships. You choose literally to upgrade your frequency, yeah? And that's how I have healed myself. I've hung around teachers that have helped me heal myself sexually, mentally, emotionally, so that those that let's say so that those let's say limiting beliefs from the past allowed me to be able to dismantle some of those limiting beliefs so I could create a new future, a new me in this moment. So I think that's what you're saying, Sylvia, is that people have helped you to dismantle some of your limiting beliefs, right? To be able to step into this more powerful version of yourself that we see here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to say you are beautiful, you are strong, you are a role model. I'm listening to you, I'm like, oh my goodness, you are so dynamic. And thank you so much for blessing us with that story, because so many women, so many men, so many people go through things in life, and people don't give them don't haven't healed. Either they haven't healed yet, but they also don't give themselves permission to share their struggles. Because when you start talking about things that you've went through and you've overcame and how you came on the other side, you give others permission to
Thank
to
you.
become themselves and be able to talk about, you know, what they've gone through. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. That was powerful. So for me, my story comes from, I remember at the age of 16 as well, when I was planning to go to university post matric, which is your senior year here in South Africa. And I came from a very like, you know, stable family. My father was the only breadwinner. He worked hard. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. And one day he came home, and just like that, he lost his job. He got fired, and our lives became difficult. You know, he tried going back to the job market. He was not likely to get any job. They would tell him he's too old, he's on the waiting list, and nothing happened. And nothing prepared us to the 3 years of unemployment, where we would go to bed on empty stomachs without food in the house. We came from a family that had money in the bank to now not knowing where money was going to come from. So as a 16-year-old girl, that was a huge turning point for me. And the most difficult part or painful part for me at that point was not even about that I wasn't going to go to university now because there was no money at home, was having to experience and witness my father, my Superman, my hero, uh, get into depression. The depression got so worse to a
Wow.
point that he became alcoholism. And seeing my father lose himself and deteriorate to alcoholism did something to me. It broke me. And I promised myself when I grow up, I would never ever rely on a job or rely on someone else to look after me. And
Wow.
thank God, when I turned 21 years old, my mother bought me a book on property. I read that book in 3 days. And from reading that property book to today, having had built a multi million dollars worth of a company, educating people now about financial independence. They don't rely on a job, because, you know, I don't want another child in South Africa to ever go through what I went through, when there's tools and skill sets that people can learn on how to better their financial situation. So our story, your story is in the past, but your story can help you tell a powerful testimony in the future. So thank you for
Oh
sharing your
my
story.
God, you're just
Yeah.
giving me so
Thank you
many
so much.
goosebumps, Sylvia. So touching to hear what you've just shared. And I know that there's a lot of people that are listening to this that have their own personal, stories and things that have happened to them that really defined who they are today, right? So because of
Right.
what happened to me, that actually, made me want to work on myself, made me want to work on my mindset. And maybe had that not happened, I wouldn't have been that motivated to find out how I could, when I met this message, when, let's say, when I got the opportunity to meet teachers to become a better version of myself, I think my story was what made me open to that message more, right? So I want really thank you for sharing your story. It's amazing and powerful. Of what were some of the triggers that made you define and transform into the woman you are today. Our stories make us who we are. Yeah,
Yes.
and what I've learned and what my mentors have taught me is how to stand on top of your story rather than
Mm,
feel like you're carrying the burden of your story, right? So
mm.
how to stand on top of your story and rise above it. So that's so beautiful. Like, let's get to the number third. Yeah. So what is the
Yes.
third mindset? So I'm going to go over the other two in a short while, but
Okay.
let's unpack the third, mindset that's really required for, epic success. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You've touched on it, but I'll say it as well, because it's a huge one for me. For me, this is my number one.
Okay.
Having the right mentors. I attest my success, all the success I've had in my life, towards having the right mentor. You
Mm.
know, every before investing in property through a or getting a mentor to teach me on how to invest in property, I invested in property my own way. I read books. I did my own thing, because it's easy. You can go to the bank, apply for a mortgage, and you buy your real estate. So I made lots of mistakes. First 8 years of me investing in property, lost money, dealt with bad tenants,
Ooh,
and lost
hold on, hold
money.
on. Let's just like, I want people to hear that I made a lot of mistakes.
Lots of mistakes that almost bankrupt me.
Me too, and I went bankrupt. I didn't just, my husband and I have experienced bankruptcy because when
Right.
people see success, I tell you, most of them see a straight line. They see a
No,
straight
it's
line. There's
never.
a backstory.
It's never.
Failure is part of success.
100%.
Like you've got to be
100%.
able to feel it, right?
Yes.
Sylvia,
Yes.
yeah, those are your badges. Those are your, you've earned your stripes. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
beautiful.
I love that. I love that. And those stripes are, when I got hold of like a property educational company, I was literally at crossroads. I was about to like go back overseas because I was working overseas to go back and ask for my job back. It was just a difficult time and we had lost money. But long story short, I got my first mentor. And in 4.5 years, through the learnings, through the applications I was putting on the ground, through having support, because now I was not alone anymore. I had someone overlooking every single thing before I did it, guiding me. They had already achieved the level of success I wanted for myself, and I wanted to be like my mentor,
I want
And
wait. I want to just like highlight because you're dropping so much wisdom, so much gold, right? They were checking what you did before you did it. So you had the wisdom to get the support and ask for the support. I see so many students that somehow still, even after hiring a mentor, think they need to figure it out by themselves and do it by themselves. I don't know if you have this experience too, where you've really got to say to your students, use me as a resource. You are no longer alone. So for those
correct.
who have coaches, who have mentors, I'm asking you right now to step up your game in asking for
Mm,
help from those mentors. Yeah,
mm,
I am still sending my mentors messages almost on a daily basis,
yes.
asking for help to figure this out, figure that out. They've done it, they know how to do it. So they'll just tell me, I don't need to spend all this time wondering, this is the right decision. I can just ask
Correct.
you, right?
I like that. The path, they've already created the path. They've
Exactly.
made all the mistakes and learn how to figure it right. So when you have a mentor, there's no need for you to now go and make mistakes in order for you to learn. You learn from their mistake. It's the fastest way to get to success. Is it going to be easy? Definitely not. Yes, you have to put your efforts. It takes efforts, but at least you're learning the right way from day one from someone who's reputable and they've already done it. So for me, having a mentor has been my saving grace, has been, I attested to all the successes. I've learned that in whatever it is that I want to explore, whether starting another business, whether going to Forex, whatever it is that I want to explore, the first thing I do, I invest first in myself by getting the mentor. I've made it my mission to look out for the best of the best that are out there doing what I want to do. And I seek them out. And the first thing I say is, I want to learn from you and I'm prepared to even pay you for your services because they've already invested in themselves and
Yes.
people value their time. And when you pay for those services, they're going to take it serious because now they have to service the what you're paying for. So I wholeheartedly believe in having support at the start of each journey. Investing in myself, it's a must. As much as I pay for the house I'm living in, the food I eat, we also take care of my mind, we take care of my heart, and we take care of my goals and dreams. And that's part of investing in a mentor. So yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. And I kind of want to reveal a little bit deeper on this self-investment, right? Because a lot of us, to the level of which you're willing to invest is the level of which you will show up, right? So I
Correct.
know that people get very shocked when they hear that they're mentors, that you can literally spend 50,000 a year on, 100,000 a year on, 250,000 a year on, or whatever, right? And the first biggest investment that I ever made in myself was 30,000 US dollars, and that was huge for me.
Mm,
But it was the game changer. Because when you invest big, you show up big. right? Because you want to get a return on your investment. You show up in a different
100%.
way. And
Hundred
yes, and I've taken on, like, things where I bought something for 200 bucks on the internet, didn't even open the program, didn't even look at the program, don't even know where it is right now. Yeah, so I've invested in trainings that didn't cost much, didn't go anywhere, right? So I want people to understand that when you go for top mentorship, it's like you're going for an MBA training. It's like you're going to train on the highest level, right? So I want people to start changing their mindset around investing big in themselves, and specifically women. Yeah, specifically
Mm.
women, because
Mm.
I believe that,
Mm.
men are more fluid and flexible in understanding, about investing in themselves. And I think women still, there's probably like, I had to go through feeling guilty, feeling like, do I deserve this? Feeling like my mind wanted to stop me from, doing what I knew I needed to do, which is believe in myself enough to invest big in myself. Yeah. So have you had any challenges around investing big in yourself? And can you tell anyone that first time you did it, what it felt like?
Absolutely. So before I tell you how I felt, I want to acknowledge something. I never ever thought about it, and you just mentioned, and it's so powerful because just like you, I also would buy courses. I've got so many courses I've paid for 199 US dollars, 499, that I haven't even touched. Just like many books I've collected that are, like, on my shelf that I haven't opened. But the investment, the biggest investments that I have made are definitely the ones that have made a huge difference in my life. I always say I invest in myself because I know the ROI, will bring it 10 times more and some more. So the first investment I made was for a property mentorship that I paid for, and that was in the UK. So that was at that point in my life where, how we had invested in ourselves. My husband and I did it the wrong way. We had to go through, litigation for some of the tenants who were not paying. Going through it was tedious, it was horrible, it was painful. The remaining properties we had, what we did is that we're either going to sell them and forget about this whole property thing and start somewhere fresh with looking for jobs or whatever, or we can sell these properties, and the money we can get, we can then invest in a proper education. And did we do that? Absolutely. We
Wow.
didn't get a mentor here in South Africa. There was a British company here in South Africa educating people on how they can invest
Mm.
offshore. But their education was also applicable to investing here in South Africa. So we sold whatever we had, got the proceeds. It was putting it all on the line. This was
Give
like
us
all
a
in or
number.
nothing.
Give us a number, Sylvia. I want people
So
to know.
I paid, okay, so we paid in pounds. We paid about 20,000 pounds,
Yeah.
which is a lot of money for South
Oh
Africans, because
God.
then the exchange rate was 17. Like, 1 pound was worth 17 rands. It was,
Yeah.
I remember I couldn't even tell my immediate family. The only person who knew was my husband. And my husband, like, literally the whole week, he was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, what choice do we have? We were
Yeah.
at crossroads. We either living it, we look for jobs, and we're not going to be happy with that, or let's put it all on the line and go then give it 150% and look at it as an investment. Because once you've learned all of that and you now know how to put in the application and you're having this support, then there's no stopping us from there on. And that's what happened. I mean, today I look at my life from the time I read that Facebook to having had gone through the mentorship. And I remember particularly one of the trainings during that mentorship, there was a trainer in front of the room. At the end of the 3-day training, I went to him and I told him, you know what, one day I'm going to be on a stage like this. And he looked at me and he smiled. Today, I own a stage like that,
Oh,
from property, from that investment. So did it pay out? Oh my goodness. Would I go back to pay that 20,000 pounds? 100 times more for not only just for the success of my business, but for the experiences, for the lives that we got to touch, for the difference we're making in our country. Oh my goodness, I could never ever put or place a value on that amount, because it's giving me much more than a successful business, but it's giving us hope. It's giving us tools. It's giving us now we're setting a lineage of legacy for our children. Now we're teaching others how to do that. People's lives are changing, everything through that one decision we made to be brave and put it all on the line. So that's my story.
That's the third wave of goosebumps you've given me in this episode. Honestly, your story is just remarkable. And I just love to talk about return on investment. It is
Yes.
priceless, the return on investment. You can't put a number on your success, on the success, what you said, the legacy, on what you're able to teach your children because of being able to overcome your own personal limitations and reach to places that you, as I said, most people are only just imagining and dreaming. So Sylvia, on that note of what you've just shared about how juicy it has been on getting, first of all, being able to have the courage to invest and then being able to see that return on investment because it called you to your higher self. That's what my investing big in myself has done. It has caused me to dig deep and go further. So now, what are the three things that have surprised you about the success that you've generated in your life?
So I would say growth. Oh my
Mm,
goodness.
mm,
The first thing for me is I look at the woman I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I look at the woman I am today. And I tested all through to being on this journey because
wow.
as much as I had the support, the network, the mentor, and everything, it hasn't been a straight, cutthroat road.
Mm,
There were challenges, along the way. There were times where I even, had self-doubt. I questioned, can this even be done? There were days where everything would just go down, like literally everything will just be doom and gloom. And can I come back from this?
wow.
And I would say through perseverance, through the belief in self, through having the right support system around me, uh, yeah, I've grown so much to levels that I look at my life today and I pinch myself, is this me? But I also at the same time know that it wasn't easy, but it was definitely sure, like by far worth it, much worth it.
I love it, love
I
it,
wouldn't
love it.
trade it for anything. So the insummable amount of growth that one has attained through this journey would be one of those things, one of the
That's
three things.
beautiful, so beautifully put. And what is the second thing, Sylvia?
Freedom. Mm,
Ooh,
I
that's one
love
of
the
my
freedom.
favorite.
I
That's one of my
love
favorite.
the freedom. And the
Mm-hmm.
freedom in a sense of having control over your life.
Yes.
When I had a job, and I respect jobs because it's a stepping stone to something great, especially for entrepreneurs who might be employed and you're starting your business on the side. The beauty that comes with having your own business and growing your own business is the freedom. You get to wake up every single morning and work on your dream. That freedom of, even if you're working 12 hours in your own business, it never ever feels like a job. It's literally like a hobby. You get to wake up every day and do what you love
I
with its
love
own challenges and everything. But the bottom line is you are doing it for yourself. You're working in your business. You have control. No one can tell you you're fired. You can't fire yourself. I love the freedom that comes with it.
Freedom is definitely one of my top values.
And
Yeah.
control, having that control over your life.
Yes.
That's what
Beautiful.
entrepreneurship, gives you as well.
Beautiful. And what's the third one, Sylvia? What was the third
So,
magical thing which you didn't expect and was just like, whoa, that's the bonus there?
so the third one is a magical one. And it comes from the fact that once upon a time, I had a dream. Once upon a time, I had a vision. And having to start from having something that's just in your mind, in your spirit, in your vision, and having to manifest it in the physical, having to create that I created this reality. You
Mm,
look at, you go to your venue where you're running your event, and when you get there, the park is full of 500 cars, and you go like, oh my God, this once upon a time was just a dream, was just a vision. So the power of manifesting your reality and seeing people in it and seeing the difference it makes in other people's lives has been one of those three successes that I have personally achieved on this journey.
Wow. Wow, wow,
It
wow,
was a
wow, wow.
concept. Now it's in front of you. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow. Who would
yeah.
have thought?
So I want to recap on some of the things that you've shared today, right? And let me see. I hope I did do a good recap. So, guys, I asked Sylvia what are the three main attitudes of mindset that you need to get to be able to achieve epic levels of success in your life. As a mindset coach, as a self mastery mentor, that's the question I love to ask people that have overcome their own limitations in order to create what they believe is extraordinary success for themselves and their family. So the first thing that she said is believe in yourself, right? This that like nobody can walk your journey. Nobody knows what's inside of you that needs to be unlocked and unleashed into this world. You have a gift. You have something. You came into this world to do or achieve something, and only you can know how much of that have you already unleashed. How much is still buried inside of you, and you need to get people to help you hack it out of your system so you can untap your brilliance and your greatness. The second thing she said is your network is your equals your net worth. So powerful. Are you prepared to be around people that have achieved levels of things that you want to achieve? Are you willing to go out of your way to create those relationships and hang around those people? Be shoulder to shoulder with them in seminars, in meetings, in whichever way, inviting them to dinner, doing whatever you can do to become aware that you want to raise the people that you hang around with. That's the second thing. The third one she said is to get a mentor. Have someone who's already done what you want to do and just get them to help you. There's a system, there's a recipe. You do not need to figure this out on your own. What do you want to accomplish? Find someone who's accomplished it. Be humble and willing to learn from them. That was actually her top tip of how she's been able to create this extraordinary success. And then she also talked about the three things that she really believed that surprised her when she was able to achieve the levels of success, which she's still thriving. We're all, untapping our brilliance more and more. But when she got to that place where she could look back and say, I started there, I'm here, and maybe I still want to go over there, and that's fine. But here she could reflect on the fact that she grew, she looks back, she's like, oh my God, who is this woman sitting here? Because she remembers who she was and what she needed to become to be able to embody this level of success. Then she also talked about freedom. The freedom it gives her is the thing that she loves the most and would love you to experience when you can create the life that you're excited about living every single day. And last, and my personal favorite, is the ability to manifest. Once you see something that was in your imagination, now in the reality, right, Sylvia? It's
Wow.
like you can't describe that feeling. And I know that feeling myself because I've been on a journey, specifically over the last 3, 4 years, which has been extraordinary. And so living what was in my head suddenly come into full color reality. It is mind blowing. So I want to thank you, Sylvia, for taking your time to share your precious story and your secrets of success. And I would love to know if there's a last thought that you want to leave this audience with today.
So my last words to a beautiful audience is that whatever it is you might be going through right now, there's still time for you to thrive, and you can emerge powerfully at the end of whatever you might be going through. Keep at it, keep on believing in yourself, and trust that everything will fall in place. Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful. And I want to thank you, Sylvia, for taking your time. I know that you have a lot going on in your life right now. So for me, I'm so honored. You're an example for me. I'm a fan. I'm going to keep my eye on everything you're doing. And I just feel so honored to see you representing us in the world, women of color, women of our age, in such, women in general of this time and generation in such a powerful and beautiful way. And so for all the women that are taking the time to watch this, I want to thank you, and the men too. I hope you've learned a ton. And you know, there's going to be a link somewhere here where you can, you know, get into Sylvia's world. But maybe Sylvia, you just want to mention a website or something where people can go when they want to get into your world even a little bit more. Is there like a link that they could get to?
Correct. So I'll send you my links, but I'll say it out. So our website is www.richesandbeyond.com. So yes,
Richesandbeyond.com.
yes, riches and beyond.
Love that. I love that. And for those of you, go to the mahimamindset.com. The Mahima, Mahima, mindset.com, if you want to find out more about what we're getting up to in the world. We thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Have an incredible day. Keep believing in yourself. Keep surrounding yourself with amazing people. And get yourself a mentor to achieve your dreams. Mwah. Love you guys.
Thank you. Love you too, Mahima. Love you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.